I'm telling you the story of my son. And the things that have become of him. We, like any Ayla, live together with some. Thank God. What they complain about is my family, not their age. They said, Mama, we are afraid of something and from a young age, teaching them that in a second world and in jinn. But we need to be afraid of them because they are weak and afraid of a strong person who always remembers God and thank God. When the children grew up, my husband married a second Arab wife whose nationality is not Gulf and separated from him. In a period of time their stepmother traveled to her country with her dependents. And my ex-husband took my son to sleep at home with him to amuse him. He slept 3 nights and the 4th night. My son returned home as normal. He wanted to. My son is sitting in the room without lights and everyone is sleeping on a bed and looking at the ceiling. And the room is dark. My son was in the 2nd grade. His level seemed to go down in school even though he was one of the first in school and advanced. Scientific and strange behaviors seemed on him. Every hour or two, the pigeon walks, dear God, takes off his underwear, swims, changes, looks and is pale and tired. And I watch from afar for a long time and wait for him. He tells me Sho complains. He has been on the situation for almost 6 months and every day I ask him and he says Movenishi, and has passed a good and bad year. When he became 17 years old, the behavior increased and in a world other than the world. And times when we are sleeping, we hear strange sounds and walk, we run to him convulsively and vomit on the same thing minutes. Before breakfast, we hear a strong beat, we run. We show him either in the bathroom or at the door or in the hall and convulsively. At first it is epilepsy because he lost weight 1 kilo a month old. Without sports, does not move and does not make an effort. We have been on the condition for 3 years and I have, from hospital to hospital. Everyone said his body is healthy and nothing. I said I was trying out a tool that would have any effect on him. His father despaired and said this is a psychopath. And I insisted not to know and I have something. Once Yoni said to Mama, I'm showing a Latini girl with a dream. Her hair is short and chestnut brown, her long and snow white hair with walking features, and turned to the second. And she says to me, don't go in front of me. I didn't hit you with anything. They let me get into you. You hit the sanctity. And she thought I was getting into you. Don't hurt me. I didn't hit you. And there are people standing there. All of them are men. There are a lot of them. The situation continued and we were in front of Lamam and Mofi Fade and my son completed the 19 year. And once upon a time 2:30 my brother came running to me, Mama. So I ran and ran. I sat reading a Quran, reading and reading. But I didn't hear a voice that said peace be upon you. I jumped from his feet out of fear. I say to him, speak, speak. I replied, peace be upon him. I asked him, you want and Lishjine, you are from normal. They answered me, and then they walked and my God and the day Yoni says, Mama, by saying something. I had a dream like this and that. And so I called a Saudi dream interpreter. God rewards him with good, and he interpreted it. He described a woman to me with an accurate description. And said she was the one who harmed him and knew who I was, but I have proof. And that's when we try to cope with the situation and once my son grinded and shaped his face into the shape of a pound and we saw her real shape and we got scared. I said everything for as long as you and a special thanks to this most excellent channel. And finally, whoever has a story he wants to publish leaves it in a comment. Thanks Goodby.